उसको शफी जो मेरा गौस है और लाडला बेटा तेरा।
يا حبيبي يا قدسي يا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه ورحمة الله الدين نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم. أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولا تقولوا لمن يقتل في سبيل الله أموات ولا أحياء ولكن لا تشعرون. صدق الله مولانا العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي العليم الحكيم الكريم. ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. غوث أعظم بمنع بسرور ساما مدده إبراهيم مدده كعبة إمام مدده قادرية نعرائي غوث أعظم زنم دم الشيخ حضرت خان طب عالم زنم سيدي أبو شفيع مصطفى حافظ الطبات مسلكي سرکار اعلیٰ على حضرت الطبات یا الہی مسلک احمد رضا حافظ الطبات اس ناموں سے رسالت کا جو شمدار ہے سیدی ابو شفیع مصطفى حافظ الطبات عامل فیض رضائے مصطفى امدادکم صلی اللہ علیہ نبی وآلہ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم. صلاة وسلام عليك يا سيدي يا سندي يا حبيبي يا طبيبي يا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا رحمة للعالمين. All praise be to Almighty Allah. درود السلام على नामदार मदनी ताजेदार हज़रत अहमद मुश्तबा मोहम्मद मुस्तफ़ा सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम. These blessings and salutations upon the Anbiya Ikram, Ahlul Bayt al-Har, Sahaba Ikram, Khulafa Rashidin, Tabi'in, Tabi' Tabi'in, and Mujtahideen, and all those who follow the path to the last. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His infinite mercy. Through the Wasilah of Rasul Akram with the Mujassam sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, who are affording us the opportunity to congregate for Salat al-Jum'ah and to prostrate in those exalted. Before continuing, let us direct our hearts and our minds towards the holy and the sanctified dome of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, thereby directing our attention towards the beloved Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And by doing so, let us decide to the path. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Maulana Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad salatan karimatan maqbulatan wa addi biha anna haqqahu ajib. क्या बात रज़ा उस चमनिस्तान करम की, क्या बात रज़ा उस चमनिस्तान करम की, ज़हरा है कली जिसमें हुसैन और हसन क्या बात उस चमनिस्तान की, ज़हरा है कली जिसमें हुसैन और हसन को, और जिसके घर में बेइजाज़त जिब्रील आते जिसके घर में बेइजाज़त जिब्रील आते नहीं, कदर वाले जानते हैं जिस शान में गए, कदर वाले जानते हैं जिस शान में गए. Alhamdulillah, by Allah's grace and by the mercy of Holy Prophet Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we have commenced and entered the month of Muharram al-Haram, 1437. 1437 years have passed since our beloved Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam made hijrat from Makkah to Medina to Munawwara. 1437 years. 1436 have passed, we are in 1437. when our beloved Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam migrated from Makkah to Mukarramah to Madinah to Karbala. And this migration marked the growth and the spread of the great tree of Islam. And from Makkah to Medina, and Medina to the rest of the world, and not forgetting Makkah to Abyssinia, and from there to the rest of Africa. The branches of this great tree of Islam spread. And 1400 years down the line, we received the fruit of this tree. 1400 years down the line, we received the fruit of this tree. And every tree is irrigated and watered by the rains and by the rivers and the streams of this world. In this great tree was given strength and life by the martyrdom of the Ahlul Bayt of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, by the sacrifice given by the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the sacrifice given by Sayyidina Imam Hussain radiallahu anhu, and by the members of the Ahlul Bayt in the place of Karbala. When Muharram comes, we remember everything else about this blessed month. We remember all the important aspects of Muharram, and they are lengthy. We remember that it is in this month that the entire universe will come to an end. It is in this month on a Friday that the sky will fold and the earth will be devastated and destroyed. It is in this month that everything will cease to exist. The only one in existence will be Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nothing else will exist. You think of all these aspects when we talk of Muharram. But let me tell you, for those who truly love Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and the Ahlul Bayt of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the illustrious and the noble family of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the moment you say Muharram, what is the first thing that comes to mind? Hazrat Imam Hussain radiallahu anhu, Hazrat Ali Akbar radiallahu anhu, Hazrat Ali Asghar radiallahu anhu, Hazrat Aoun radiallahu anhu, Hazrat Muhammad radiallahu anhu. All these personalities, Hazrat Sayyidina Aqil, Hazrat Sayyidina Abbas ridwanullahi ta'ala majma'in. Why is this the first thing that comes to mind? Yet there are numerous things that happen on this day. The 10th of Muharram, when it comes, you will know and learn that it is the day that the Ark of Noah alayhi salam came to shore after the great floods. It is the day when Hazrat Yunus alayhi salam came out of the stomach of the whale. It is the day that Hazrat Ayyub alayhi salam was granted shifa from a difficult illness. While I'm on the topic, the illness was not that people say it was. Very important. There are those who are talking about the illness of Ayyub alayhi salam. They say that his body used to give out a foul odor and it was decaying. This is not from Ismat Ambiya. It is not from amongst the qualities best out upon Ambiya that their bodies may have foul odor. Yes, he was tested by illness, but not this. This is adding something to show his sabr. There is no need to add it. And especially that which is insult to a Nabi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is on that same 10th of Muharram that numerous other great things happen. But the first thing that comes to our mind is the Battle of Karbala. Why? Because this tree spread its branches from Makkah to Medina, to Abyssinia, to the rest of the world. And it was revived. It was given a new, fresh life by the martyrdom of Sayyidina Imam Hussain. Inshallah, over the weeks, Hazrat Allama Maulana Abdul-Qadir will enlighten you further, as I will not be here for the next 2 or 3 weeks. And will enlighten you with Allah to Sufa here, I appreciate his here and he gets speaking covered as well. The points that I want to bring to you in 5 or 10 minutes left of today's Jummah. 4. Is that you will hear and you have heard for years and years about Karbala and about Imam Hussein's martyrdom. And you have heard the claim of love and the hope for Ahl Bayt. The love for the Ahl Bayt. But today I want you should understand that love for Ahl Bayt, love for the family of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, every claimant is not true in his claim. Not everybody that claims love for Ahl Bayt, and because he cries when he speaks about the Ahl Bayt, or beats his chest when he speaks about the Ahl Bayt, means that he truly loves them. Because love for the Ahl Bayt is connected and linked to the love of Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq. It is connected and linked to the love of Sayyidina Umar Farooq. It is linked to the love of Sayyidina Uthman Ghani. It is linked to the love of Maulana Ali radiallahu anhu. And it is linked to the love of all the companions of Rasulullah. You cannot claim love for the family of Rasulullah and then have enmity for the companions of Rasulullah. And let me tell you, leave alone direct enmity with the companions. Leave alone direct enmity with the companions. Even to have enmity with those who have enmity, to have friendship with those who have enmity with the companions is destructive. Always remember, your friend's friend is your friend. Your friend's friend is your friend. And your friend's enemy is your enemy. And your enemy's friend is your enemy. Always remember this. It's very important. So those who have enmity for the Sahaba of Rasulullah, we have nothing to do with them. No matter how much they may speak about Ahl Bayt, no matter how much they may speak about the family of Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. And subhanallah, the Ahl Bayt are the ones who truly told us the praise of the companions. The Ahl Bayt are the ones who told us the praise of the companions. And the companions of Rasulullah are the ones who told us the praise of the Ahl Bayt. You have to understand these things. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, I mean brief. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that my Sahaba Ikram are like stars. My Sahaba are like stars. Follow any one of them and you will take salvation. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, my family are like the ark of Noah alayhi salam. Both have been given so that you understand. And anybody who knows and understands these examples will know that when they had no navigational systems, when there were no instruments, then when a ship sailed and the captain wanted to find his direction, then he looked at the stars. Then he looked at the stars and they plotted their map and plotted their journey through the stars. So even if you claim to be on the ship and if you do not take the guidance of the stars, you will be lost. And if you claim to take the guidance of the stars and you do not get on the ark, you are still lost. This is very important to understand. So we, alhamdulillah, Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, love the Ahl Bayt and we love the Sahaba. It is a hadith, it is a narration that لو أن رجلا صعد بين الركن والمقام فصلى وصام ثم مات وهو مبغض لأهل بيت محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم دخل النار. That if a person goes to the Kaaba and he performs salah there and he makes tawaf there, all doing that there, ثم صلى وصام, and then ثم مات, and then وصلى وصام ثم مات, and he dies, then he dies in this condition. دخل النار, he has gone into the fire. Why? Because he has dushmani for the Ahl Bayt. He has enmity for the Ahl Bayt of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So you cannot claim to love Ahl Bayt and have nafrat for the family of Rasulullah. And even if you have one zarra barabar enmity for the Sahaba, even if you have one zarra barabar for the enmity of the Sahaba, there are those who slander Sayyidina Amir Muawiyah radiallahu anhu. They slander Sayyidina Amir Muawiyah radiallahu anhu on the issues of certain discussions on certain issues because of Sayyidina Ali and other issues. This is not for your and our discussion. Nobody has the right to slander Hazrat Amir Muawiyah or any Sahabi. The great scholars of Islam have said that person who slanders the companions of Rasulullah, he is from amongst the dogs of hell. He is from amongst the dogs of hell. And what need do Jannatis have to sit with the dogs of hell? What need do Jannatis have to sit with the dogs of hell? I cannot understand. Today everything is about unity with everybody. Yes, unity with those who have the same belief, who have the same iman. Hazrat Sayyidina Imam Hussain radiallahu anhu, when he refused Yazid, tell me the issue of Yazid, was it a matter of Islam and Kufr? Was it Islam and Kufr? No. It did not have to do with direct Kufr at that time. It had to do with fisk of Yazid. It had to do with his transgressing the laws. It had to do with him being a fasik. But Imam Hussain didn't say, let me make a joint unity with you, so we both will share some power. I will do my salah in my way, and I will do the rest in your way. But politically, I will stand with you. Imam Hussain didn't accept it. Imam Hussain didn't accept any compromise. But he rather gave his head on the plains of Karbala. You know what it feels like? Allahu Akbar. Do you know? I don't know. Maybe, do you know, they say, if you want to know what a mother feels like who lost a child, if you want to know what a mother feels like who lost a child, you will never know. Ask another mother who lost a child. The only person who will be able to feel it is another mother who lost a child. We will not feel the reality. But ask those mothers and those fathers who had to bury their children with their own hands. Ask those mothers and those fathers who had to bury their children with their own hands. जिसको अपने औलाद को अपने हाथों से कब्र में डालना पड़ा. Ask them, how did you feel? How does it feel when you have to lower your own child in your grave? Can you tell me how it felt when Imam Hussain was holding Hazrat Ali Asghar in his hand? When he was holding Hazrat Ali Asghar in his hand on the plains of Karbala, and he was saying, give this baby a few drops of water. But those who were reading the kalima la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, were they Christians? Were they Jews? Were they fire worshippers? No, they were claimants of Islam. They were those who said we are Muslims. They gave the same azan and they read the same salam and said the same names from the mimbar. But they fired arrows in the throats of the Ahlul Bayt. While Imam Hussain was holding his baby in his hand, Sayyidina Ali Asghar radiallahu anhu, a child that is an infant, that is a baby in the arms of the mother, given in Imam Hussein's hand, an arrow is fired. Why? Because he's asking for 2 drops of water. He's not saying, give me. He said, you put with your hands. But they will not put 2 drops of water. You know what this shows? It shows that when somebody wants power, they will not care even about the awlad of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. They will not care about the honor of the deen of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. How did Imam Hussain feel at that time? He did not compromise. When that happened, he could have compromised immediately. But Imam Hussain didn't do that. This is what Muharram is about. This is what Karbala is about. No use, Ya Ahl Bayt, Ya Ahl Bayt. And no use, Ya Hussain, Ya Hussain. But we are doing that which Imam Hussain taught us not to do. Sardar, Nadar, Sardar, Nadar, Das Yazid, Imam Hussain radiallahu, what did he teach? He gave his head for the sake of Islam, but he didn't give his hand in the hand of Islam. He didn't make a corrupt person his leader. He didn't stand together with a corrupt person. How can we do this today? How are we willing to do this today? Think, what is the demand of being a Hussaini? Think, what is the demand of being a Hussaini? The demand of being a Hussaini is that while you are Hussaini, at the same time, You must be the ghulam of Abu Bakr Siddiq. You must be the ghulam of Umar Faruq. You must be the ghulam of Uthman Ghani. You must be the ghulam of all the pious servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is to be a Husayni. And the golden rule, the golden lesson, the golden teaching of Imam Hussain was not to compromise. This is what Karbala was about. This is what everything was about, not compromising. Because Imam Hussain, if he compromised then we would have said that the way of the Hussainis is to compromise. But we know the way of Hussainis is not to. The way of Hussainis is not to compromise. Because this deen does not belong to any individual. This deen is not an entity that you buy in one marketplace and you sell in another marketplace. This deen is the deen of Allah. This deen is the deen of Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and this deen was protected by Allah's hukum to the Ahl Bayt of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is a lesson we should learn. If we can't learn, we can lecture for 10 days on Muharram, and we can read in the Shan of Imam al-Hussain, and we can make our niyaz, which we should. I've just heard yesterday someone said to Maulana, some in inverted commas, Maulana are saying that you don't make niyaz, it's haram to make niyaz. Imam Hussain. It's haram to make Fatiha of Imam Hussain radiallahu anhu. You mustn't. Why? Because people take the name of somebody who is dead and they are making Fatiha for them, so you're not allowed to do that. Dead for you. Dead for you. Quran says, Wala taqulu. Subhanallah. Quran says, don't say they are dead. Quran says, Wala taqsabanna. Do not even think that they are. So, wo jo murda keh rahe hain, haqiqat wahi murda. Subhanallah. They are dead. Alhamdulillah, for us, Imam Hussain is alive. For us, the Shahada are alive. For us, our Nabi is alive. And let me tell you, as I said before, when we make Fatiha, kya haram karte hain? What haram are you doing? If you took some food and you made Fatiha, you read Surah Fatiha, Bismillah, Kulullah, what did you do wrong? Go and look in the hadith. It says, except shaitan, everybody can eat that on which Bismillah is read. हम बिस्मिल्लाह पढ़ते आप जो नान खाते वो समझेंगे क्या?
Subhanallah.
Allah bless us. All these 5 or 6 weeks goes more on Friday because of our program with this year. Allah give us barakah in our time. Allah Ta'ala give us funds in Iman. Inshallah, one of the things we will never let us to do the next 2 or 3 weeks. Inshallah, we will advise you more about the Shan, the Ahl and on the companions of Rasulullah. But please, just remember my message. And this is not my message, this is the message of Imam Hussain. It is the message of Imam Hussain. No compromise. When it comes to deen, no compromise. Remember this lesson of Imam Hussain, no matter what. Whether you have personal opinions with somebody, you like them, you don't like them, but when it comes to haq, if they want haq, you shall. Make your personal differences. And if they can be your father and your son and your brother, and if they are against haq, then you don't look at the relationship, you look at Imam. You look at haq. Allah give us understanding. We make all those that are reading our family, Allah give us those that are passing Allah exalt them. The Muslims of Palestine, the Muslims of Syria, the Muslims of Iran, whatever the Muslims are, the peace and Parishani, may Allah make it easier for them. May Allah save the faith and the iman of the Muslims, save their lives and wealth. And we make special dua that those that are going through the calamity and difficulty, Allah remove them.